The hordes of chaos are at our gates. Well, actually, my horde of chaos is at their gates. Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Wildboy789789. And today we have a really good land skirmish battle here. And just a side note, I decided I'm going to leave the flags up and the morale bars and the health bars so we can see what's going on and the true strategy of the game. But I'm no longer going to tell you who wins, which I never really did in the first place. I would just always post videos of me winning. And I will not always be winning in my videos because it's a lot more fun to just, place your bets on your favorite faction, see who you think is going to win. That guy's mouth is crazy. It's a little overdone. But yeah, today we have the beastmen and chaos taking on two empire forces. And who do you think will win? So out here I've got the Gore Bull. I usually give them potions and take away a lot of their speed abilities and stuff to cheapen them up. It's a very good tactic. One of these days I'll do an army build video. Ungor Spearman Herd with shields. Nice and cheap unit, throwaway unit. That, well, the spears are always nice. They keep a distance, they hurt cav, and the shields block arrows, and they'll last longer. The archers right out in front, because if I've learned anything from watching other Total War players, it's that the archers need to be in range shooting and taking the brunt of the ammo from the other team while expending your own ammo. And the spears, the cheap spears, need to be right behind to absorb cavalry. We have a Razor Gourd herd. I love these guys. I've always loved the models with the spike ball tails and everything. These guys are just like the hellhounds, but you throw them in and my goodness, they do damage. They can break kind of easy. Don't throw them in against cav unless you're just tying down the cav for a short while. Throw them in against weaker infantry. And in the back, this is my actual line. Gore herd with shields. I'm a big fan of the shields. It gives me time to create formations and react. And these battles don't last too long. It's kind of the drawback to Warhammer. But I love this game, and we're going to make it work. I brought a Cygor. If you're playing the Beastmen, I highly recommend a Cygor, and you'll see why in this battle, because they have brought artillery too. And back here, Minotaurs with shields, because I'm a fan of the shield. And they're tough anyway. They have that huge charge with their horns, so I'm not worried about giving them great weapons or anything. That's a bit overkill. I'm more worried about them surviving. And way back here, I usually like to hide a cheeky unit for the end of the battle. It can tear up, the remaining forces. Centigores, and this time I spent the extra money for the great weapons. I tried to hide them in the trees. They're not really hidden. I couldn't get this big of a force hidden. But, I don't even know if they can be hidden. But yeah, let's move on to Chaos. Some Chaos Knights with lances. Beautiful unit. Way off here to the flank. Ready to charge those Empire scum. Well, let's see. I don't know exactly what he brought, so I'm looking at this the first time too. Marauders with great weapons. I'm a big fan of the Marauder. You're going to see my Marauder in Age of Reckoning, the MMO. The Warhammer MMO private server. The private server. Chaos Marauders with shields. All up front, I think. All across the front here, yeah. Yep. Beautiful. His lord is Kolek Sun Eater. I forgot real quick to show you my lord. I've learned to bring Malagar the Dark Omen, because he can summon another Cygor with the lore of the beasts. And it's nice to have 2 artillery pieces for free. It's a 1,600 gold unit. And then I bring the Gore Bull instead of a sorcerer. And that tends to work pretty good for me. I can keep my lord back. And I pretty much strip him of all skills and abilities except for his passive constant abilities. And I keep the spell to summon the Cygor and the that huge AoE damage morale debuff spell. So I try to cheapen my lords with only the bare minimum. Alright, back to Chaos. Forsaken, wonderful. I think they got rid of these guys being unbreakable, which is a shame. But they still have Frenzy, which is delicious. Frenzy, I'm not certain. I'm pretty sure it gives like double hits or double attack speed or something crazy. You're bringing a Chaos Giant. It's always a good choice. Giant's always a good choice. I tend to keep mine back. If that was me, I would have left it by the Cav. Chaos Warriors with great weapons. That's kind of what he's keeping in reserve. It looks like, unfortunately, he couldn't afford the Chosen. But still good. He's going a little bit for mass here. Boy, they have weird faces, don't they? When they don't have helmets on. And the halberds, which, if this was me also, I would have put them off to the flank. But it's not me. And way out here, vanguarded Marauder Horsemen with throwing axes. That is a great choice. I definitely would have brought some skirmishers. Always, always bring skirmishers. It is a big part of tabletop. I'm pretty sure it's a decently big part of Total War in general, but in tabletop Warhammer, you need skirmishers. It's also smart that he doesn't just throw them out front. Sometimes the vanguarded skirmishers people place like right here and just I don't know, try to get shots off, and they'll get blown apart by all their ranged, as you can see. Now, this Empire team is actually very smart. The intro is getting kind of long, so I'm going to try and speed it along here. Knights of the Blazing Sun, beautiful. These are basically like Grail Knights. Maybe slightly a bit weaker. They're supposed to be on tabletop. I mean, nothing's supposed to beat a Grail Knight except for maybe those Vampire Blood Knights. But they have magic attack. They look beautiful. The Tatter Souls. These are the special flagrants. Flaglants. I'll learn how to pronounce it eventually. I love these guys. These are unbreakable. They fight to the last man. They're very, very helpful in an Empire army. He's bringing halberds. He was expecting monsters, which is wise, I have to say. Handgunners, armor piercing, not so wise unless he was going up against Chaos, because beastmen don't have hardly any armor, if none at all. Halberds, handgunners. Handgunners still do great damage, though, whether you're wearing armor or not. Look at this line. Look at this line of halberds. That is impressive. Okay. Warrior priest on horseback, fantastic. I like warrior priests. I'm not very good at using them, so I tend not to bring them. Look at this great sword line. It's absolutely ridiculous. More halberds. I'm going to kind of go over both their armies together, because they pretty much deployed in unison. Swordsmen, the basic swordsmen. Spearmen with shields on the side here. And he's got Reichsguard. A little bit cheaper cav. I'm a fan of the cheaper cav for any team because it's a good throwaway charge unit. You can charge in and do a lot of damage. We have General of the Empire. Right on. Since Karl Franz doesn't heal himself like Lord Luanlinker of Bretonnia, it's probably a wise decision to bring a generic lord. I don't think he's too much weaker. Shock Cavalry, Zintler's Reichsguard, special unit. We have no special units at the moment. There's not been that patch for our races, obviously. Reichsguard. We have more Knights of the Blazing Sun. These are fantastic cav. Demigryph Knights with halberds. These are also ridiculously fantastic, monstrous cav. On tabletop, I don't know what you guys know about tabletop, but your knights attack and get, like, you know, I have halberds and knights, so I'm gonna roll two attack dice for each. And then the griffins get to roll like 3 attack dice for like a bite and 2 scratches or something ridiculous. So these guys, the reason they tear stuff up is because they're literally, each one is throwing 5 attack dice at whatever they hit. So that's just a little Warhammer theory for you. We've got Hellstorm Rocket Battery. Nice. He's keeping his crossbowmen behind the line. It's smart to deploy these guys out front. I mean, you feel like you shouldn't, but you really should. Hammer of the Witches, Special Great Cannon. Not an especially great angle. That I would think that would shoot right through your guys. But we'll see how that works from their point of view. Amber Wizard, smart. One of my favorite wizards for the Empire. One of my favorite lords of magic. The Silver Bullets, handgunners. Very cool. Probably keeping them in reserve, I would assume. What do we have here? 2 units of great cannons. So I told you it's smart to bring the Cygor. I think I missed... Did I miss a Chaos? Yes, I did. Real quick. Hell Cannon. I missed the Hell Cannon here with the Chaos Dwarves. So we each got 1 artillery piece, and I missed this flying guy up here. The Exalted Hero on a Wyvern, which are pretty much known as the Beasts of Murder, to like the Dark Elves and stuff. Very good. Sorry about that. Back to the Empire. We started about here, or left off about here. We've got great swords in the back in reserve for this team. He did not put them out front, which is wise. Handgunners in the back, 1 in reserve, 2 in reserve. He's got quite a bit of handgunners, and I think that does it. So let's kick this one off, guys. I kind of want to get the bigger picture of the artillery here, and then we'll come in as things start to go down. Hitting those Chaos Marauders. The cannons are shooting over there into their Chaos Marauders as well. Most Chaos forces that know what they're doing will just push forward in waves. Or not in waves, but all together, because, quite frankly, you should. Oh, and that's a miss. These are my rocks from my Cygor. Boom! They do so much damage. Some of those guys getting back up. More rocket battery. No? Yeah? Oh. Changing target. Not smart. You're not going to hit that cannon with a rocket battery. That's just silliness. Oh. We appear to have handgunners firing off. Ooh. Oh, it's going now. That was a good hit. That was a great hit. Boom. The thing with Chaos, guys, is you almost don't want to send fresh troops at them if you can help it. because their fear and their damage is going to pretty much tear up anything fresh. You want to keep your lines nice and skinny. They've already broken the Lord. That's quite a big mistake from Chaos, I have to say. I'm going to pause it here for just a couple seconds. He has committed most of his army here. And I was playing a lot more defensively. I wanted to summon my other Cygor, get my lines in check. I was moving up my archers and my spearmen right behind, keeping the Razor Gore piggies off to the side behind a nice rock. And I'm moving up my Lord to cast a spell. Or I will eventually. Let's get back to this action over here. Broken Forsaken. Oh, what a shame. There's that Beast Mage. Or no, Lore of the Wild, the Amber Wizard.
They will pay!
The Empire's doing work here. They really are. Real quick, where are those Demigryph Knights? Fighting the giant. Terrible idea. Where are they? Cavalry honestly should be used for weak infantry. And medium and strong infantry as a last resort, but never really up against a monster. You'll get good charge damage, and then they'll just wreck your knights. All your armor means nothing. Nothing, nothing. I'm still not convinced his demigryphs are dead. It'd be quite saddening. The Empire's repelling Chaos.
As long as we draw breath, they will die!
I've moved up my archers. The Ungor archers. Taking that ammo fire. They still have tons of ammo though, which is worrying. I think they just got out of my range. Razor piggies. I was chasing this cavalry unit and they ran away, which is silly, because honestly the cavalry will smash these razor pigs. So I quickly turned towards their flagellants, because quite honestly I'm worried about them. They're a very good unit.
Fight, men! Fight for our
Oh.
right to live!
And that's why you send these guys in versus infantry. I mean, imagine trying to fight a regular boar, a regular pig half your size. These are full-grown chaos spawn boars. There he goes. He's going to realize his mistake and quickly save his unit. My archers are getting tore up. My spears are here with the Gorble. The rest of my army is in reserve. Real quick here. Slow-mo. I'm not going to pause it again. He has a Manticore summoned by an Amber Wizard that's going to attack the Lord or something, or the Cygor. I'm running out my cav finally because I realized my teammate didn't want to play defensively at all, and I need to get in the thick of things. My artillery has expelled all of its ammunition. That's always a good sign. I've saved most of his units from running off the board over here with my morale. And he starts shooting into my spears, and that's when I decide to move these Ungors up. With the Gorble, of course. They need morale. The Gorbel, of course, has a healing potion and a defensive potion that heals. And I didn't line these guys up too much. I kind of blobbed them in. Boom. Oh. I was just trying to tear up what I could before my main invasion force, you know, came in. I'll notice these cannons are shooting at me, and I will run my force towards them. Even though you're in combat, you can click on another force and get a quick little charge, as you'll see. Because normally they would just stand there and fight, and that's all good and dandy, but you're leaving these units untouched. These great swords over here. They're gonna tear into my Ungors. The Empire's finest. That was a good cavalry charge from the Knights of the Blazing Sun. On second thought, I should have put my Gorbel into that cavalry. My Ungors are holding. There we go. He's gonna send in his Griffin. And I believe I decide to attack the Lord after these cannons get a bit of a whooping. Come on, get this crew. Boom! That's how you're gonna disable the cannons. A good nice smack on the crew. Now I'm attacking the Lord. I believe, yes, because I want a good charge. I want a good whack. Just to take out his morale and health. You can see my Ungors are breaking, but the Gorbel is healthy as can be. It's the only way, men. The Empire's putting up a great fight. They are the most balanced faction in the game, and they are definitely using that balance advantage against us. They got cheap units, strong units, halberd, anti-cav units, good mix of different types of cavalry, tons of artillery, crossbowmen, guns, I should say handgunners. They're doing what they can. These were very good players, and they played together very well. Chaos was kind of doing his own thing. I was kind of doing my own thing, too. He probably figured on beastmen I'd run in, but that's not how I play. I never really just run in. Maybe with Chaos. Chaos is one of those factions where you really have to charge in, because you only get one, you know, Chaos Cannon per Chaos Cannon unit you bring, and they tend to not be the most accurate. I don't know. Chaos is a tricky beast to play. They'll be much easier once we get the chaotic demon armies. Chaos Undivided is a little bit, you know, of the weaker side of Chaos. Wait till we get Zeech, Nurgle, Khorne, Slaanesh demons with their lores of magic. They're going to be much more magic-based armies, and they're just going to do great. You can see why I sent in my Gorbel. He got a nice charge there. That's what you want to do. Let me slow-mo for just a second. The only thing over here is the Gorbel. He's doing what he can. This force is moving up, and you can see we've weakened the army tremendously. That was my goal, because I have an AoE magic that would just tear up a little cluster like this. It really would. He sent his lord over here by himself to attack one of my Cygors. I threw my cav and a unit at him. He's gonna get away. I still have over here my elite unit of linemen untouched with shields. my Minotaurs, and my Lord, who's full of mana, waiting to cast his debuffs, and my cavalry over here, and another unit. So he's gonna pull out of there. He's gonna try and deal with my Gorbel. I probably used both my potions at this point. Let's get another swing for the crowd. No? Is he broken? He's broken. And these humans are just gonna pick at him. Or he might just run away. They're gonna get him. So lads, it all comes down to this. In hindsight, with a Chaos teammate, I should have been more aggressive. Normally this gameplay style works for me, but this is going to be a challenge here. And I need to work more collaboratively with my team, which I would do if I knew the teammate. It's kind of hard with a stranger, but I should have known a Chaos Force was going to run in there. I should have maybe brought more Centigores, crashed in, helped them out. But another reason I felt good about my strategy was because this Empire army wasn't really helping his ally. So I figured as long as I'm intimidating and scaring this guy over here, Chaos could handle the other guys over there. Oh boy. That was a great charge into the back of my unit. They're still gonna get in, start fighting. Halberds was a great choice for tearing up my infantry, but it's gonna be close still, I think. The shields really do help. In tabletop, it gives you a dice roll save. Or at least in Age of Sigmar. If you roll a 1, which is a terrible bad roll for defending, you get to re-roll that dice if you have a shield. This is a bloodbath. I believe I'm going to cast my spell over here. We'll see. I want to keep it on the frontline battle, but I also want to see my spell go off. The Minotaurs. Very good at helping your main line break through the line. You can see we're having trouble here. They're holding us back. The distance that they keep on those halberds is fantastic. These Minotaurs, boom, are just gonna go right through. I believe I already cast the spell once. I'm sending him into melee now. Pretty good melee for a wizard. He is a lord. I wish he could fly with those wings. My goal was to kill this lord. His health is so low, and to break their morale. There we go. There's my spell popping off. And unfortunately, we break, and the Empire is victorious this day. So, thank you guys for watching. This has been Wildboy789789, and I will see you in the next one.